Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, welcome to my show, The Muslim Apologist, and I'm your host, MENJ. This is pretty much an impromptu thing because, as I think everyone is aware, Andrew Tate, top G, who recently reverted to Islam, was arrested several hours ago, about 24 hours ago my time, So, joining us today is Brother Islamic Calling. Assalamualaikum, brother.
Walaikum assalam, bro. How are you?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you have your thoughts as well regarding the arrest.
Yeah, sure. I have a lot of thoughts actually regarding whole
Okay,
Andrew Tate
So, but
situation.
before we go into that, let's not forget my intro, right?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
cue in intro. So you're back again. And Brother Islamic Calling. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. It's the end of the year. The year's ended. Overall, been a good year, more so. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess it's going to be in my country right now. It's 10:40 p.m. So I think in about 2 hours time, or actually 1 hour's time, it will be New Year. Okay, it will be 2023. Okay.
Okay.
So I think for you it will be several hours more, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so before we give our comments or our reaction to this arrest, maybe we should play the news regarding this arrest so that to give context on
Yeah. Sure.
the incident. Okay, so shall I bring it up, the
Yeah,
news?
sure. Bring it up.
All right. Okay, give me a moment, right? Okay, so can you see it?
It's loading.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So is it loading now fully?
Yeah. I can see it.
All right. Okay. So before we continue with the stream, there's this brother from Morocco. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Walaikum. The
Alhamdulillah.
skeptic. Walaikum salam. Morocco. Yes. Yeah,
Walaikum
Morocco.
assalam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Morocco
Morocco
did
did
very well
well.
in the World
Yeah.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supporting Morocco once I saw them beating teams like France, like sorry,
Yeah.
not France, sorry. Beating teams like Portugal and all the
Yeah.
big teams. I was
Yeah.
starting to support them, but unfortunately, I wish they had beaten France. Really, I wish they had. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, like
yeah,
a lot of, I think a lot of Muslims, most Muslims were supporting Morocco at that point.
yeah. I mean, traditionally I would support England, but for this World Cup, I suddenly
Yeah.
became a Moroccan supporter. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So anyway, So anyway, let's continue with the live stream, right? I mean, let's play
Yeah,
the
sure.
news first. Do
Yeah.
you want me to play the whole thing and then we comment, or do you want me to pause in the middle and you comment?
Your choice. I mean, like you can do it both ways, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't get you the first time.
Yeah, your choice. I mean, it's your
All right,
channel.
I think I'll just play the whole thing and then we can comment after, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, okay. So I'm going to play it now.
Controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are arrested in Romania as part of a human trafficking probe. News broke late Thursday evening by BNO News that the pair were arrested on December 29th. Now, this news comes just hours after Tate made waves with climate activist Greta Thunberg going back and forth on Twitter about carbon dioxide emitting cars. Tate, who had previously been kicked off social media platforms for so-called misogyny and hateful ideations, had also made news last month. As Long Crime Network's Sidebar reported, he sued YouTuber Ethan Klein after Klein called him a sex trafficker. Now, at the time, Tate's attorneys sent Klein a cease and desist order. Some reports now say Romanian officials used Tate's social media to confirm he was in their country before his arrest. We're still learning new details in this case and will continue to bring you the latest developments as they come in. Reporting for Long Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not flattering to see him
Yeah.
in this to be arrested. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
very sad
So
actually. Yeah,
so
yeah. So you want to go ahead
yeah.
and give your comments? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been exposed, bro. No, we've been defending Andrew Tate. Now what happened?
Oh my God! Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I
like,
mean,
I'm pretty sure a lot of like people will like come and like make comments like that. Oh, you've been defending Andrew Tate. Like, now I gotcha, right? I mean, like, exposed, right? Now, of course, no, that would be guilt by association, right? Like, for example, the
yes,
problem with
exactly.
like this type of thinking is that
Yeah,
I think this is a problem with like many people, even Muslims, is that they think that every time like like someone defend someone, that means that we somehow adopt everything they say, or like
exactly.
we think that that person is like a saint, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
example, just a few minutes ago, I was like quoting like William Ockham. I was like a Christian philosopher.
yes,
Obviously, just because I defend his argument or even accept his argument, which goes along with our criticism of like
yeah,
the Trinity, doesn't mean
definitely.
I have to accept like everything he says. It also doesn't
Exactly.
mean that I, think that he's like some kind of saint. I just
Yeah.
agree with his argument, right? I think
Yes,
it's
of
a
course,
very good
of course,
argument that
of
goes
course.
along with what the Islamic position is. So yeah, I defend it. But just because I defend it doesn't mean that I have to agree with everything William Ockham says or like that kind of
Likewise.
stuff, right?
Yeah,
Or Bert
yeah,
Ehrman or
exactly.
all this other kind of like other individuals says. So there's like this saying, right? So which is that separate the art from the artist. I think when it comes to intellectual tradition, the same principle has to be applied. Separate the argument from the intellectual or the academic, right? In this
Yeah,
case, the intellectual will be top G, kind of like
yes,
Andrew Tate, because the thing is that his argument against feminism is still valid, it's still sound,
yes.
and
It's very
what he
powerful.
talks about in terms of man's struggle is still true. Like it doesn't
Yes.
matter whether he goes to jail or like he murders someone, that argument is not going to be effective, right?
Yeah,
Now, of
yeah.
course, from an Islamic point of view, anything he did before, kind of like he became Muslim, and it doesn't matter to us at least. Of course, when it comes to authority, they have the right to punish him
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
But as from a Muslim perspective, and the thing is that as long as he doesn't stay us away from those kind of like things,
yeah.
and then it's not a problem for us. Now, again, this is assuming he committed the crime,
Exactly,
but again,
exactly,
we have to
exactly.
see what actually happened. Like, is it really the case uh, that he actually is involved, or is it like some kind of like media hit piece that the
Mm.
Romanian government is coming up with
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of like frame him, right?
yeah.
That is also a
Exactly,
possibility.
exactly. Yes, exactly. So I heard that a Romanian judge actually came out with an order allowing the Romanian police to detain him for 30 days. Okay. And this actually reminds me back 2 years ago, okay, when I myself was arrested. Okay. So I have to
Hmm.
actually mention this because what is happening now to Tate is actually very similar to my own experience with the police. Well, in my case, the Malaysian police, obviously. Okay, I have to say it clearly because of my experience, I have a huge distrust of authority, especially the police. Okay, I know that there are some police who are hardworking, who are sincere. At the same time,
Hmm.
I've also seen corrupt police. I've seen evil police. Okay, so I think wherever you go, whether it's in Malaysia or elsewhere, even in Romania, I think it's no different. So my experience, okay, of being arrested, okay, the police suddenly showed up at my house. They raided my house. They took up all my stuff, okay, and they
Hmm.
put me in the lockup, the police lockup for 3 days, okay, and then at the end of it, they dropped the charges. I
Hmm.
mean, not drop the charges. They just stopped the investigation, and
Hmm.
nothing came out of it. I wasn't even charged in court for what they accused me of. Okay,
Hmm.
and right now, what Tate is experiencing is just the first phase of the legal system, of the judicial system. If the system is similar to what it is in Malaysia, I'm pretty sure it's universal everywhere in the world. So basically, it's like this: first, the police will come to your house and arrest you, and then they will they will do the reporting, and they will interrogate you and everything of the sort. And then after the case has been filed and everything has been summarized or whatever, then they will
Hmm.
bring the case to the DPP, okay, the Deputy Public Prosecutor. I'm pretty sure in Romania they have this as well. Okay, in my case it was the Malaysian DPP. In Tate's case, it would be the Romanians, right? So they will bring the Tate's case to the DPP. The DPP will look at the case and see whether it has solid grounds in order to charge Tate in court. Okay, so once that has been if let's say the DPP feels that there is a strong case against Tate and that he did do the crime as alleged, then they will bring it to court and they will charge him in court. And then once he's charged in court, then the case begins, okay, in court. So once that happens, of course, Tate will need to find lawyers and so on. He's rich enough to do that, okay. But the thing is, I noticed that a lot of people, because when they see that Tate is being arrested, they say, "Oh, Tate is guilty. Tate is this. Tate is that." Sorry, bro. Guys, he's not guilty yet. Okay, It's just an arrest. Okay, arrest means that the police will just assist you in investigation. As they put it here in Malaysia, they will get your assistance in the investigation. Okay. They want you to assist them in investigations. Okay. It's a euphemism for an arrest. Okay. But it's not a charge. Okay. It's not a court. It's basically he's not guilty of anything yet. Okay. He's just that he's suspect in the case. Yes, but he's not guilty of anything because the justice dictum is that you are innocent until proven guilty. And how do you prove that the person is innocent or guilty? In a court of law. So the thing is, Tate has not even been charged in court yet. So why are you assuming that just because he has cars and he has women and whatever, all the things that he said before, you assume that he's guilty right from the beginning? I mean, especially I noticed that, especially Hatun Trash, especially she actually had this video on her channel. She was praising the arrest of Tate.
Maybe we can react to it or something.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. We can react to that in the future. Okay. But the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is that the person is not guilty yet. Why are you assuming that he or she is guilty just because the police came to his house and arrested him for whatever it is that he's being accused of? You see?
Yeah. By the way, just to mention something else, especially when it comes to countries like Romania and whatnot, they have to be fair, and there is a lot of corruption, in this type of governments, and especially when it comes to something like human trafficking. This type of human trafficking groups, and because I noticed one of the research papers, and I was kind of researching another topic, and this kind of came up, and it's that this kind of human trafficking rings are so big and powerful that they rarely get caught. They rarely get caught. Right? As a matter of fact, they're so powerful that they actually almost make the same amount of money that something like Google or Facebook makes. Okay, that's insane. That's insane.
Yes,
this is how powerful these people are. And you're saying that that this Andrew Tate, he's flashing on YouTube, and he's human trafficking. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
These people are next level criminals, right? These people are next level criminals. They're not gonna get caught by doing something stupid like this.
Yeah, exactly. And so also another thing I noticed is that I think some were making fun of Tate because when he made that, as you notice in the news. Tate was responding to this climate change person. I don't know what her name is, Greta something.
Greta Thunberg. Yeah.
I don't really know or care, but when he was responding to her, he had this pizza box on his table, and they were saying that because of the pizza box, the police managed to know his location and they went to his place to arrest him. But the thing is, we know that Tate is public. We know that Tate travels everywhere. So what's the big deal about this? I mean. Do these people actually think that Tate is so stupid as to if he were really a criminal and if he really was hiding from the police or something, would he be so stupid as to make a video of himself responding to someone with a pizza box of his location?
I mean, you're making a video with a sofa in your background. The police are gonna catch you.
Exactly. And also another thing is that if Tate is really a criminal, he really does all these things, why would he make himself public all this while? He has been going on live streams. He has been, been on TikTok. I've seen him on, I don't know whether you know this Twitch streamer by the name of Edin Ross. Yeah, there's this guy called Edin Ross, a very good friend of Tate. Edin Ross actually went to Tate's house in Dubai because Tate has mentioned that. And he was doing live streams with Tate. I mean, face to face. So Tate is not running from anyone. So why do you assume that he's hiding something? Why do you assume that he's hiding something? And also,
I mean, the thing is that there's actually a lot of kind of really big YouTubers that are making videos of this. For example, one of them is Some Ordinary Gamers, and then there is Moist Critical. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I think I
No,
saw
no.
the video by Moist Critical. Maybe we can react to it, some of it, or
Sure,
maybe
sure.
it's your choice.
If it's significant enough, then why not? Yeah, because this
Yeah,
is
I think
our
he makes
own
some
reaction.
interesting point that I
Okay.
think we should maybe you can counter. I don't know. Your choice.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Let's see what will happen. Let's see what happens in the next few days, and then we
No,
can
I mean
use that.
right now.
Yeah,
I mean we can do it right now.
right now. I don't know, bro. I just want to make this very short and sweet.
Okay. Then I guess we should probably wrap up soon then.
Yeah. Sure. I think we can wrap this up in actually about 10 minutes time. We can wrap it up actually.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah. So do you have anything else to add?
Not really. I do want to mention something, which is I've
Right.
been seeing this a lot, like kind of like Muslim kind of like big YouTubers, which is this kind of like attitude of like let's just like defending like brother Tate. Like I understand, like you need to understand is that no one is perfect, right? So like we're
Yeah.
just because like of course like we're gonna defend him from
Yes,
Islamic point of
yes,
view.
yes,
But
yes.
if he says something un-Islamic, then of course we have to advise him. We have to talk to
Yeah.
him in private if possible. But at the same time, we should also be so much against him that we like literally like enjoy make celebration videos and that type of stuff. And because I've been seeing a lot of people are going to come out and say, "Oh, but look, I told you," right? But the problem is that you need to calm down, chill.
Yeah, exactly. Chill. And I should also clarify that the reason why I'm doing this reaction video to Andrew Tate's arrest is not because I want to defend him. Not really that. It's not really that reason. I'm not really. I mean, I admit that I do respect the man, but I'm not really zealous about him to the point that everything that Andrew Tate does is correct, and he's the top G. He is the top G, but if he does wrong, I would criticize it. Okay, he's not immune from criticism. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is I'm doing this is because people are being unfair to him, and I need to point it out. Right.
Yeah. So another thing is that like I've been very consistent with like criticizing both. I again like when I both defended Muslims and criticized Muslims, so people can't say that I'm being like somehow inconsistent, because if this is the case that he's doing something,
yes,
again, because the thing is that Tristan, he's still a new Muslim, so
Exactly.
as I said in the video, you need to wait and see how things turn out. And the thing is that maybe this is a good thing for him, right? Because the thing is that what I noticed is that Brother Tate is very he's a very big ego, right? And sometimes
does.
egos need to be broken. Sometimes
Yes,
egos
yes.
need to be broken.
Yes.
And that's actually a good thing in the long run, because the experience that you get of humility and being patient, these things are important in life. So
Yes.
if he's going through this kind of like trial, and that might actually be good for him in the future, because that's one of the reasons why Allah wants to test us, right?
Yes,
To see
exactly.
how we
so
react.
on that note, there is this verse in the Quran where Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says, "Do you actually think that you can say that we believe and that you will not be tested?" Right? There's this verse. So for me, this incident involving brother Andrew Tate is a test for him. It's a test for him. Allah is testing him whether he's really sincere in proclaiming his shahada, his Islamicity, and whether he's really sincere or he really wants to become a true Muslim. So yes, and as you said, yes, Andrew Tate does have an inflated ego, not without reason. Okay, I mean, he can easily ask you, what color is your Bugatti, right? Right, and we can't
I don't
answer
care
because
about Bugattis, man.
exactly. So maybe this is a way for Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to test him and to break down his ego and be a bit more humble, because he's flaunting his wealth. Okay, and this is something which is not exactly Islamic. And it's not really a nice Muslim behavior to do. I mean, we know that you're rich. Okay, you don't have to flaunt it. Otherwise, maybe he's sincere in doing this, but it's not really nice. It's not really ethical. Okay, so
I mean, to be honest, like if I wanna criticize his views, like we'll be here all day. Like, there's a lot of things like I don't agree with him. Like but the thing is, the point here is that, of course, we have to give him his own shot, right? Like
yes,
you have to
exactly.
be
Benefit
patient
of the doubt, right?
and see how it goes. And if he continues to behave like this, then of course we're going to call him out. But the thing is that he's a new Muslim and he's still learning. So let's wait and see and be patient, inshallah.
Of course, we have to give him
And
time
see
and
whether he's actually guilty or not before we make a judgment.
Exactly. We have to we have to see whether this case of his will actually go to court and whether he will be tried fairly, by the way, and that he will be, whether the judge will say that he's guilty or not. I mean, it's unfair to make statements about his his actions now if you don't even know.
By the way, this actually brings a very interesting point for me. So basically, if this is the case that he did this, of course he did this before he was a Muslim, right?
Obviously.
So from an atheist point of view, is human trafficking wrong? Right. If you like, for the sake of our example, you are so powerful and rich that no one can touch you, and from atheist, and you're like an atheist, is that like wrong to like do?
Survival of the fittest, right?
No, exactly. I mean, there's nothing in atheism that necessarily says that trafficking human beings is wrong. Of course, like from an Islamic point of view, you could say this type of things. If they're illegal, you shouldn't do things that would kind of like go against the law of the land. And so, but from an atheist point of view, like it doesn't matter. Like, why should he care as an atheist? Like what the law of the land is, right?
So what harm
this would more be like a criticism of atheism, or kind of like a secularism or kind of like materialistic worldview than like anything.
Exactly. From a non-religious point of view, trafficking human beings shouldn't be a problem, right? Of course, we as Muslims we reject it, right? Because we have
because the thing is that, as like Friedrich Nietzsche pointed out, like if God doesn't exist, then nothing has any moral values, right?
Exactly.
It's just it's the same. Like, for example, a human being is the same as like a cell phone. There's no difference.
Yes. Exactly. Like for example, if you want to indulge in cannibalism, why is it morally wrong from an atheist point of view, right? Well,
I mean it's the same as eating an apple.
Exactly, it's the same as eating an apple. It's the same as eating an animal. So why should we treat humans differently, right? You see the point.
Now, of course, like they can like make up some kind of nonsense in their head, give it meaning, like say that but like this, this human being has meaning to me. I mean, like you can make up anything in your head.
I think what they will do,
as I said before, I can think that this is made of gold, but it's not going to make it made of gold, right? Same way I can think like you have a value as a human being, but in reality you don't have any value. You just accident, right? You came from accident.
I think they will come up with the Hum principle. Have you heard of it?
I know the Hum principle. Hum principle doesn't prove moral value, and that's the point. That's what Friedrich Nietzsche was pointing out, is that even Hum principle or anything, it doesn't prove anything has any moral value. It's just based on what you want. And again, what if you want to sell human beings? What do you think that's actually good for you? So again, this doesn't bring like any kind of objective value to moral value to human beings.
Exactly. I know that atheists will bring up the Hum principle for sure.
But again, it doesn't give value. It doesn't affect like Nietzsche's criticism.
Exactly. So I mean, I think there's little else to be said. I mean, what we need to say, we have already said it. So I guess we can just conclude this, I guess. Sure. I mean, so I appreciate your views, by the way, brother Islamic Calling. Thank you for coming on the show. Right?
No problem.
So to conclude, just to summarize what we have just said, I guess we both agree that our brother in Islam, Andrew Tate, he should tone down his ego a bit, right? And at the same time, we should give him the benefit of the doubt.
Advice for him. It advice for anyone. Like, for example, I've recently made videos on some popular apologist. Maybe you don't want me to mention him, but like I've kind of criticized him a bit. But again, Muslims disagree sometimes, and we are allowed to like disagree with them, even criticize some of their actions. Like it's not something controversial. We don't have to agree on every single thing. So if you're like a fan of like Andrew Tate, don't see this as some kind of negative thing. We don't have to agree on everything. That's fine.
Exactly.
I think we still appreciate brother Andrew Tate for what he's brought to the table in terms of criticism of feminism. And kind of talking about the struggles that many Muslims, like for example, his criticism of like basically he went to like Piers Morgan. Did you see like that interview?
I didn't see the second interview. I saw the first one.
Yeah, so he brought a really interesting point. So Piers Morgan was constantly whining about like this, oh, what about the women in Afghanistan? What about women in Afghanistan? Like, you know, constantly whining about it. And Brother Tate kind of like rightly pointed out is that okay, then they send the feminists to war, tell them to take up arms and go to war with the Taliban. I mean, why is it the case that man has to sacrifice their life for a woman's cause, right? And that's a very
Yeah,
effective
exactly.
argument. That's a very good argument.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I really, appreciate him becoming a Muslim, on our side because he brings a lot of new things to the table.
Yeah.
And on that note, I also have to mention this. Actually, 2 or 3 weeks after he announced that he reverted to Islam. He was on Edin Ross's show, and they were talking about all sorts kinds of stuff, including his and then the topic of his reversion to Islam came up, and then he was telling Edin, you are rich, but you are living a hedonistic life. You have no purpose in life. You should consider
Yeah,
Islam.
yeah.
No,
I think I
he
saw
actually
that
said,
clip.
I think maybe you probably have seen it. So he
Yeah.
actually said this phrase, you should consider Islam. I was like, wow, I mean, this guy is just a new Muslim and he's already doing da'wah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This, and also I've read some comments, okay. This guy's influence is so great that people actually consider Islam after he reverted. And some
Yeah,
even
yeah,
reverted to Islam. That is
yeah.
how powerful Andrew Tate is, his influence.
Yeah.
So that is why I think, it's very good that he has come to our side, but it is unfortunate that this has happened. But we give him the benefit of the doubt, and inshallah, let's see. Let's hope for the best, and we hope that inshallah, brother Andrew Tate will always be safe and preserved by, by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and
Yeah.
hopefully,
And the thing is that
yeah,
if he like make any mistake in the past, then I'm sure like the law will take care of that. But the thing is that even if at the end of the day, like I'm sure like if like, any of this actually happened, I'm sure he will learn from the experience, and that again be a positive thing. It could change his
yes,
outlook and like uh, you
definitely,
know
definitely,
and
definitely.
and yeah, and that is if he did this, and if he didn't, then I
That's a
think
big
the
if.
Romanian
Yeah.
government should apologize.
Yes. Exactly. So yeah, I guess with that, guess we need to end this, right? But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, brother, for coming here, and
Sure, of
yeah,
course.
inshallah. To the viewers, thank you very much for joining us. I think we had at one point we actually had about 6 to 7 viewers. Wow, now it's down to 4, but that's all right. I guess if you want to replay this video, you can do that. Anyway, for those of you who have not seen this video, please you can start from the beginning. Anyway, if you like this video, please do not forget to like this video. If you would like to share this to everyone so that people get the benefit from it, please do share. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also Brother Islamic Callings channel. All right,
Yeah.
I will put the link at the bottom. And inshallah, I'll see you again in my next live stream, which hopefully will be at the new studio. I'm not at my studio now, but the next live stream, inshallah, I will be at my new studio. Okay, for those of you viewers who are wondering about that. And yeah, so I'll see you again in the future. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.